I want to start a revolution in the world by rebranding an existing and old movement. The peace and love hippie movement of the 1960s needs a rebrand. Due to drug experimentation and consciousness expansion, they did indeed discover some fundamental truths and powers to change and evolve humanity. But it is dressed in a smelly shirt and dreadlocks and smells like weed and mold. The new love movement must be understood as the hardest, most mature movement in society. Combining it with the knowledge brought to us by people like Carl Jung, which was an understanding on a profound level, as above, so below. What's true for you is true for society. What's true for society is true for you. To change something, you cannot do it while treating it as something separate from yourself. To evolve, we must be one with the ugliness of mankind. Love your enemy, a concept of Christ, was a big dog. It is the only way to transform and to evolve. By loving something, you create a deep connection. You make it inseparable from yourself. And now you are in a position to change it. That is power. If you fight it, you perpetuate. What you fight, you feed. This simple and fundamental gap of knowledge has been missing as the world gets more and more divided, left versus right, Ukraine versus Russia, Israel versus Gaza. We separate ourselves, we isolate ourselves, we fracture ourselves, and in doing so, we weaken ourselves. And in the weakening of ourselves, we create gaps for war, gaps for famine, gaps for slavery, gaps for death. Love your enemy as yourself is not an abstract concept. It is grounded in reality and is the first steps of an evolved conscious being's perception. I invite you to embrace and challenge yourself with this perception. Stop seeing government as separate to you. You're one and the same. Stop seeing the elite as separate from you. They are one and the same. We are all one species. We are all one consciousness. And as long as you separate yourself, you take away your power from changing that thing.
So if a person believes that the earth is flat, you can't talk him out of that. He knows it's flat. Look out of the window and see. Obviously it looks flat. So the only way to convince him that it isn't is to say, well, let's go and find the edge. And in order to find the edge, you've got to be very careful not to walk in circles, or you'll never find it that way. So we've got to go consistently in a straight line, due west, along the same line of latitude. And eventually, when we get back to where we started from, you've convinced the guy that the earth is round. But that's the only way that'll teach him. Because people can't be talked out of illusions.